Well, hey there. How are you doing today? I'm feeling well. In today's video, I wanted to talk about something that anyone who is raised to be a Christian can relate to. I don't know about you, but I was first taught the faith at Sunday school, Bible study, where I was introduced to the lessons of the Bible, where I was told anything that a young Christian at that age is usually taught. You know, do not lie, do not steal, do not covet thy neighbor's goods. Treat thy neighbor as you wish to be treated. Thou shalt not kill. Let no foul language come from your mouth. Let there be no rage, anger, or malice found within you. Avoid drunkenness. Be vigilant and sober-minded, for your enemy, the devil, is roaming about seeking whom he may devour. Marriage is to be acquired before intimate relations. Do not look upon anyone with lust, for if you do, you have committed adultery unto that person already through your mind. The spirit of gentleness is the spirit that we shall walk in. And growing up as a Christian, I wanted to meet the expectations of the lessons that I was taught in Sunday school. Not merely because that's what they told me to do, but because I also agreed with them. I thought they were holy and righteous, pure, wonderful, and virtuous. Glory be. Glory be to these expectations that should be upheld with honor. However, all these other kids who were not introduced to the faith at an early age, it seemed like they had no lessons instilled into them in regards to right and wrong behavior, at which point, who is to determine what is right and what is wrong? Who is to determine one's moral compass if a moral compass was not provided and given to you from the Father, while you and you alone? And of course, everybody knows, thou shalt not kill, don't be violent. Well, then again, according to statistics, some of us still need to learn that lesson. But I digress. Anytime I'm not able to uphold the standards set in stone, the 7 deadly sins, the 10 commandments, I feel such shame and guilt and disappointment. And that's okay. Because after all, nobody can be a perfect Christian. That doesn't mean that you can't strive for more, but none are righteous, not one. In Bible school, is always taught about salvation through faith, but there's also that one Bible verse. Oh, how I wish you were either hot or cold. I know your deeds, for you are neither. And because you are neither hot or cold, but lukewarm, I will cast you out of my mouth. And hearing that made me think that if you fall short from the expectations set in stone, then you might as well not even consider yourself to be a Christian at all. If you can't live up to the standards of God, then you might as well not even claim to be a Christian yourself. But that simply isn't the case. Because that Bible verse about, oh, how I know your deeds. Oh, how I wish you were either hot or cold. But because you are neither, because you are not hot nor cold, but lukewarm, I cast you out of my mouth. That doesn't mean that you have to do the works of the Father every single moment of your life. It just means that you need to have passion and zeal and commitment to the faith, commitment to your relationship to God, commitment and honor, dedication. And so, even to this day, anytime I fall short, I feel terrible, disappointed, upset, shame, and guilty. But as I've mentioned in previous videos, as I've said before, and as I will say again, that's a good sign. That's a good thing. That's a good sign. That indicates that the Spirit lives within you. For he who sins and has no guilt, no shame, and no remorse for their wicked ways, he does not have the Spirit. But he who falls short and confesses to the Lord, repents, and asks for forgiveness, he is the one who has passion. He is the one who has zeal. He is the one who has dedication. He is the one who wants a relationship with the Lord. As it turns out, there are many more verses in the Bible that talk about salvation through faith than there are salvation through works. And I have always had faith. However, I fall short sometimes. And you know what? The righteous fall 7 times, and it's okay to long for more. It's okay to strive to do better. I'm working through situations in my life right now where it's taking me up until this point in life to build a grounds of worship for the Lord. It's taking me this long to escape situations and circumstances, places of employment where it's so toxic that I can't even remain on the righteous path. How can anyone be blessed when they're too stressed? Some are called for more. I just hope moving forward I can remain in a situation of financial stability. Well, not only financial stability, more specifically, productivity and abundance. Because that's all that really matters to me at the end of the day. As long as I'm safe, as long as I am taken care of, as long as good food is going into my system, as long as I'm being productive, and as long as I live a life of abundance, then those are the grounds of which I can maintain worship. So if any of you out there feel bad about a situation where you've fallen short, you couldn't uphold the standards, the lessons, then don't let it be the end of your journey towards Christ. Let it be a new beginning. And with that being said, I hope to see you on the other side. E.T. out.